Hey guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another video. Today we've got an unboxing video, and sorry for the hoarse voice. If you remember, a couple weeks ago, I got sick, and the family got sick, and then we all got better. And we had like a round 2 all of a sudden come back and attack the family. And so this is like week 3 of not feeling well. So I've finally given up. Usually I like to let my body, fight off any illnesses. I see it as like a sign of weakness going to the doctor, but I'm like 3 weeks in, that's it. I'm done. I'm going tomorrow. So I should start feeling better soon. But so that's the hoarse voice. But we have a triple unboxing tonight. So I couldn't let this go any longer because otherwise I just would have opened the boxes without showing you guys. And I want you guys to see what I'm going for. Some people hate unboxing videos, and honestly, I don't care. I like doing them because I think it's a great way to, showcase what I've decided to go for. And interestingly enough, there's 2 parcels from Canada. One from the greatest little perfume shop in the world, Enchante, and one from Zoologist, which is completely unexpected. So Victor Wong must have took it upon himself to send me a Christmas present. Thank you, Victor. But before we open either present from Canada, let's do a mystery box. I think I have an idea of what's in here. I think it's a vintage mall. I've done some vintage mall buying recently because I did a Frederic Malle family portrait, ranked family portrait. And to begin that video, I said that you don't have to hunt for vintage malls because they're a house that you don't have to worry about reformulation. And I instantly regretted it. Thinking about what I said, I think I want to take that statement back. I want to redo, because I do think Estee Lauder's bean counters, accountants, whatever you want to call them, are probably, playing with the formulas a little bit. It happened, really hit me when I smelled Noir Pieces by Michelle Rudnitska, and I'm actively searching for a vintage bottle, a pre-Estee Lauder bottle. So be on the lookout for that. I really think that this has been tampered with. That's my guess. But let's do scent of the day before we do this unboxing. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So scent of the day is a fragrance I just got a backup from Bry. Thank you, Bry. This is Le Lion by Chanel. Man, let me tell you something about this. I have a little bit of a head congestion, cold, sinus pressure, whatever you want to call it. And I could smell this all day, even through a stuffy nose. It is an absolute beast of a fragrance, and I love it. Does it remind you a little bit of Shalimar? Yes, but Shalimar leans more towards the bergamot. It's like 30% bergamot and vanilla in the base. And it's really more about that vanilla with a touch of castoreum, that dirty vanilla, if you will. This really leans more on the labdanum. I think this is the best labdanum fragrance money can buy. There are other labdanum-centric fragrances. Like, for example, if you gave me, a choice, and you said, Ramsey, you could pick any fragrance that you don't have in your collection, full bottle, and you want it to be labdanum focused, I would probably buy Sahara Noir by Tom Ford. Right now, I'd love a bottle of Sahara Noir. I think it's one of the few fragrances that can compete with Le Lion, but actually I still think Le Lion is even better than Sahara Noir. I think Sahara Noir is very good. I think it's a shame they discontinued it. But as far as, labdanum fragrances go, the labdanum here comes across as smoky and resinous and real thick. And, if you ever touched labdanum and it sticks to your fingers, it has that sticky, resinous, leathery. Labdanum can come across as very leathery too. So it's like smoky, leathery with this beautiful Chanel posh sandalwood dry down with a little bit of patchouli. The patchouli, some people say it reminds them of Coromandel. I never got that association with the patchouli. I mean, I understand the patchouli and the vanilla maybe gives a little bit of that Coromandel feel, but I never got that. I think they're 2 completely different fragrances. I own them both. I love them both. So Le Lion, I'm so glad to have a backup of this bad boy right here now. So 2 75 ml bottles. Sorry, my knife just fell. 275 ml bottles, and that'll keep me going. That'll satisfy my Le Lion kick. Because honestly, when I want to wear a fragrance like that, I could pick Shalimar, I could pick Le Lion, and I'd be happy with either. All right, so let's open this. Let's see which vintage mall this is, if this is a vintage mall. I'm pretty sure it is. But let's see. Let's see what's in the box, shall we? We'll deal with you later, box. Wrapped nicely. All right. Thank God this knife is sharp. That's a hell of a wrapping. Okay, here we go. Aha! Oh, this is a good one. This is a very, very good one. So, this is a vintage bottle of Le Parfum de Therese. Now, this fragrance is historical in a good way. Well, number one, it's from the master. It's from the great Edmund Rudnitska, Michel Rudnitska's father, the master, Pierre Bourdon's teacher, Pierre Bourdon's master, and this is a pre-Estee Lauder bottle. Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can tell it's a pre-Estee Lauder bottle. Interestingly enough, he charged me a little bit more than that, so I know he did pretty well on the price at least. Hopefully he made some good money. Let me take this sticker off. That's just going to make me angry. But these very rarely come up, these pre-Estee Lauder bottles. And this fragrance is, it's a very interesting piece of work, not just from the fragrance itself, supposedly, but from an intellectual standpoint as well, because this fragrance was made by Edmund Rudnitska as a bespoke fragrance for his wife, okay? And this is a fragrance that uses notes and materials that other perfumers actually didn't start getting to. I'll get some alcohol and wipe this off soon enough. I'll make it all nice and beautiful eventually. But this fragrance uses notes and materials that other perfumers didn't start using until the 90s. So it has this this melon cologne-like top note, but it's a leather chypre. It's a classic leather chypre. Actually, I'm a little congested, but I feel like I have to spray this. Oh, it's never been sprayed too. Holy shit. All right, good. So this is pre-2014. Even though the first new fragrance by Frederic Malle didn't come out until 2016, Estee Lauder actually made the purchase in 2014. Oh, that's good. Even through a cold, I can determine that is very good. Yes, and apparently it has a big leather dry down. It's a proper leather chypre. And here, let me read you the notes. Let me read you the notes here. Wow, that's very interesting. And what's crazy about this is he made this in the 1950s. So I've heard two rumors or two versions of the tale of how Frederic Malle ended up with this genius little piece of work. One was that whenever Edmund Rudnitska passed on, whenever he died, his wife approached Frederic Malle and said that he made this fragrance for her, and that now that he was gone, she thought the world should be able to experience, the genius of his work. And many people consider him the greatest perfumer of all time. But what's interesting is he does not have that many fragrances. He has, let's see, How many fragrances does Edmund Rudnitska have? Oh, what does Parfumo say? It says he has... Well, shit, they're not going to give me a number, of course. Let's count them real quick. Eau Sauvage, Diorella, Diorissimo, Eau de Hermes, Miss Dior, Le Parfum de Therese, Eau Fraiche, Diorama, Moustache, Eau de Toilette, Rochas Femme, Dior Dior, Ocean Rain, Diorella, Eau de Cologne Fresh, Mouche, It's You, La Rose, Ondit, Mousseline, and Eau de Rocha. So he has somewhere, depending on if you count every single one of those, if they're all correct. If you count Eau Fraiche and Eau de Cologne Fresh as different fragrances or whatever it is from the 50s, he's got somewhere between 16 and 20 fragrances, let's say. And that's it. And so probably Alberto Morillas made that many fragrances last month. So it's interesting, you know, each one of his works is like a little time capsule. It's like a dissertation, you know, it's like a PhD paper where real frag heads can dig into this and see what it's all about. And it is very interesting that this was made in the 1950s. So the other story that I've heard, the way that Frederic Malle got this scent in the wardrobe, is he begged the Edmund Rudnitska estate whenever he was launching his own brand to use it. He literally had to go beg Edmund Rudnitska's wife to use the formula, and eventually she caved. So I've heard them both. One, she approached him, one, he approached her. Either way, I'm very glad to have a pre-Estee Lauder bottle, if you will, and can't wait to really dig into this once I can smell again. But it's jasmine, mandarin orange, melon, and pepper with nutmeg, plum, rose, violet, leather, vetiver, and cedar. And fruity, floral, leather, chypre. I mean, what more can you ask for? And it's the master, Edmund Rudnitska. So this will be a very interesting fragrance to get to explore. And it's a pre-Estee Lauder. So I couldn't say no. Okay. Let's open up the present from Victor Wong, a Christmas present for Ram. I feel very included. You know, Duck got a Christmas present from Anuj today, and it was an amazing one. It was Aedes de Venustus, I think. Iris Nazarene, which I've never smelled. But this is from Victor Wong. And I've done some early impressions on the channel recently, and so he has taken it upon himself to send me the sample set. Here are some of my samples you haven't tried, including the original rhinoceros. That's very kind, Victor. Hope you have a fun time trying them. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. And if you haven't seen Victor's new fragrance, that's it right there, Cardinal. Cardinal is done by the late Rosendu Matu, who I think it might be his last fragrance. If not his last, very close to his last. Unless there's some hidden ones we don't know about. So the sample set, very interesting. I would love to try the original bat too. That would be crazy. I guess this is the original Rhino right here at the very end. The different packaging. So I will do a comparison video for you guys. Once my sniffer is unclogged, I will compare, because I still have some juice from the original Rhino. So I will do a comparison, or the 2020 Rhino. So I'll do a comparison between the 2014 and 2020. I think that'll be great. It'll be great content for you guys. There's not very many videos like that on YouTube. But this will give me a lot of content to do. So thank you, Victor. It's a great Christmas present. I hope you guys are excited to dive into the Zoologist set. There's actually still there's still some 10 ml decants I bought that I want to talk about on the channel. Sacred Scarab especially. I'm very infatuated with that one. That might be full bottle worthy. Might be my favorite Zoologist I've sniffed so far. And Camel and T-Rex. I also have B, but I'm not 100% sold on B yet. It has this this grape royal jelly accord in the opening that is it's good. It's just I prefer the honey animalic honey from the 80s, so I'm not 100% sold on B yet, but I'll continue to wear it. 10 mLs is a lot of juice, especially when you have a big collection. 10 mLs is a lot of juice to get through. But I like the fact that he does 2 ml samples. So you can see right there, they're 2 mls. I hate it when brands do 1 or 1.5 mils. I like 2 mils because 2 mils is more than enough for you to wear a full wear for the day. You can spray it as much as you want, basically, and really get to know the scent. Okay, so let us open up the Anouge parcel. And this is from the greatest little perfume house in the world, Enchante. Anouge is an absolute rock star. Man, that video today of Rich Mitch opening up the gift from Anouge was absolutely amazing. I loved his reaction. And rumor is Rich might actually have another gift on the way. Don't tell him. But he might actually have another gift on the way. So, let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have from good old Anouge at Enchante. I know what one of these is. I think I know what they both are, but it's been a little bit. Ah, yes, it's all coming back to me now. Ah, yes. So, this is a fragrance that I had a hard time finding. And of course, Anouge was at the ready. All I had to do was ask him, and he's like, yep, let me take a look, and I'll find it for you. And he did. He knew he had a bottle. This is a vintage bottle of Captain Molyneux. And look at that. Look at that old school bottle. Let's see. Let's try to read these notes on the back. It's a tester. Vetiver, Patchouli, Santal. I'm going to have to pull it up. This isn't going to do it justice here. Let's see what Parfumo says about Captain Molyneux. And this was recommended to me by someone, or maybe I just found it. Sometimes I'll just go searching. Like I'll just search for fragrances from 1976 or 82 and just see if there's anything that, you know, catches my attention, and I'll just take a flyer on it, you know. Captain Molyneux, 1975. I was close. I remembered it was a excuse me. I remembered it was a 70s fragrance. A woody fougere, cistus, thyme, myrtle, provincial lavender, rosemary, Scots pine, bourbon vetiver, Indian sandalwood, Lebanon cedar, Singapore patchouli, ginger, Ceylonese cinnamon, and Zanzibar clove. That sounds like a note listing right after my heart. I love it. I would spray this, but I have a feeling I'm not going to be able to appreciate it right now, so I'm just going to save it. I don't want to waste the juice. This is precious stuff right here. Captain Molyneux, my only Molyneux fragrance. Actually, I've never had anything from this brand before, so this will be very interesting. But look at these old school bottles. How cool is that? I love it. I love it. It's good stuff. That's real good stuff. Thank you, Anouge. Thanks for finding this for me. And then this is the star of the show. This is the one that really made me want to this is the one that really made me want to I needed Anuja's help in finding it. Let's put it that way. I was striking out finding it on my own. And I know Rich found like 3 or 4 or 5 bottles of this stuff. And I was having trouble finding one. And luckily, Anuj came through. He was, again, at the ready. He knew he had it. And actually, before I show you the main event, I'm going to show you an absolutely outrageous mini that I have been hunting for the longest time. I still want a full bottle of this. This is high atop my full bottle list. But let me show you this. Let me open this. Comes wrapped for the transit from Canada. Okay, so actually let me get my eau de toilette bottle because this is the eau de parfum. So I've wanted the eau de parfum forever. Somebody that I know and trust very well, who I need to have on the show one day, to be honest with you. We've talked about it. And he has agreed. We just never set up a time to get us all together. But I have the eau de toilette version of Escada pour Homme, as you can see right there, eau de toilette. The eau de parfum is a ghost. Like, it doesn't exist. You look, it's not there. You'll find these eau de toilettes occasionally pop up. The eau de parfum, forget about it. And Anuj found me a mini, a 5 ml eau de parfum mini of Escada pour Homme. One of my favorite. This is definitely my favorite Escada. I'll tell you that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decant this into a sprayer, and we're going to do a comparison video. Eau de parfum to eau de toilette. How many people can do that? Again, very few people have that amount of juice. Well, there may be some people out there, but I mean, how many discontinued eau de parfum, eau de toilette comparison videos do you see on YouTube nowadays? Probably about this many. So yes. Okay, now let's do the main event. The main event, and the one I'm most excited about, and this was high on my list for the longest time, and it is a splash. God, it's a beautiful bottle too, man. And it's a Chanel. And this is the Cologne Concentrée version of Egoïste. So, of course, Egoïste, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Egoïste was a commercial flop, for those of you that don't know. Chanel spent like $50 million in advertising, and it never did well. And I've got 2 versions of Egoïste. I have the one with the silver sprayer, and I have the modern one with the black sprayer. And honestly, I love them both. I absolutely love them both. They're both amazing fragrances. The Cologne Concentrée, though, the way that Rich described this is a 75 ml bottle. This is a 75 ml bottle. So the way that Rich described the Cologne Concentrée is it's like Egoïste, but more. And I was like, man, I have to get that. It sounds like exactly what I want. And the Cologne Concentrée only ran for about 2 years, 2 or 3 years, and then they discontinued it. So there's, again, that's one of those where there's very few bottles of it floating around. Egoïste came out in 1990. Cologne Concentrée came out in like 92, and it was discontinued in 94 when Platinum Egoïste really kind of took off. I think that's the timeline if memory serves. But it's coriander, mahogany, mandarin orange, rosewood, carnation, rose, cinnamon, amber, leather, sandalwood, tobacco, and vanilla. And, you know, it is probably one of the most well-known sandalwood masculine fragrances, although Bois d'Azil is kind of one of my favorite sandalwoods, and that's completely unisex. But this is considered a masculine. This is probably the hardest version of Egoïste to find, this cologne concentrate. So thank you, Anuj. Thank you so much for finding this for me. It is a blessing. It's always a pleasure doing business with you, my friend. And thanks to everyone for watching. This will be a short video so I can save my voice so I don't completely lose it tomorrow. Captain Molyneux, mini of Escada pour Homme, Eau de Parfum, which I'm very excited about. And of course this Parfum de la Therese vintage pre-Estée Lauder, which is, I'm going to really start hunting these pre-Estée Lauder malls. I think I'm going to start going after. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching the unboxing. Appreciate the support. Cheers, guys. Let me know what you think of these, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye now.